What's up, guys? My name is DracoOdd-EyesPerformapal, and I posted a video yesterday with the deck profile on my Performapal deck. And I wanted a chance to take a second shot at that because I don't feel like I got to talk about everything I really want to talk about with this deck. This is very much a work in progress kind of thing. I haven't totally figured out how I want the deck to work. I am playing DracoOdd-EyesPerformapals, so D.O.E.P. And it really is. I really like the deck. I took second place at my local tournament last weekend, and it was really fun. I beat both Domain and Extra Deck. No, it was Extra Deck Cosmos that took me down. But I did manage to beat Domain because it bricked, but I feel like I could have done a lot better. And I'm going to go into why I think that was in a bit. I'm going to quick show you what I got here, though. Just that's fairly average. Obviously, 3 Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. This card is absolutely amazing. It's what makes Performapals, I don't want to say it's what makes them work, but it's definitely a huge, huge part of it. If this card wasn't the way it is, they wouldn't be nearly the kind of deck that they were, and I like the way it feels. It doesn't feel broken when you use it. It honestly doesn't, because you're generating a lot of advantage, though. It is a very kind of quick, wow. First turn, I have 5 cards, 5 Pendulum Monsters in my extra deck, and I still have 5 cards in my hand, as well as having the XZ monster on the field. Like, what? It's honestly, it's a little stupid. I like this card. Obviously, I'm going to keep it at 3. There's really not much to talk about there. Crobat and Monkey Board, not much to talk about here. They're just searches for days. This is a 1-card scale. He searches him. He searches something else. You know, there's not much to talk about there. Silverclaw? Silverclaw is something I feel like deserves a bit more discussion. There's a lot of differing opinions about what to play this card at. Some decks play it at 1, depending on what they want to do. If they're focusing on something other than Performapals, this card is at 1. If they're focusing on Performapals, it's either at 2 or at 3. If someone wants to OTK with the Performapal Pendulum Monsters, this card is always at 3. If this card wants to be a rank 4 toolbox at all, this card is at 3. If they just want to do, I'm not sure what people are trying to do when they put it at 2. I feel like you would run out of this. I feel like you would run out of this because it's really good in your scales, and people are very quick to pop something in your scales. Usually it's not this, though. So then you have 2 more you can use as monsters, and that's 600 attack you're gaining, which is really good. So I like it at 3. If I switch up this deck, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. It would depend on what I want the deck to focus on. People are much more likely to hit part Naga, because everyone knows you only run 1 part Naga. And the attack point bump it gives, is kind of, it honestly is kind of stupid. Second Donkey, I only play 1 because I only have 1 and I haven't gone out of my way to look for another. It's really never been an issue for me having it only at 1. My issues lie elsewhere in the deck. I might bump it up to 2 if I want to focus more on Performapals, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do in the future. 2 lose a draw. 1 Guitartle. There's really not much to talk about here. It's a Guitartle to Guitartle plus 1 ratio. If you're playing 3 list draw, you play 2 Guitartle. Or you can play 1 Guitartle and 3 list draw. Or honestly, I've seen some people play no Guitartle because it can be a pretty dead scale if you're playing Odd-Eyes monsters. I like this, but obviously there are better things. There are different things to do. Maybe not necessarily better. Right now in the deck as it is, it works because I play a lot of level 4s, and 6 works fine. Performapal Fire Flux. This card is just a recent addition to my deck. It has not exactly put in too much work, really any work, but I want to keep it in here just to see how it starts playing, because it's only been here for about a week, so I can't really say, and I don't test online. I play my IRL matches and see how that goes. Now that's it for the Performapal monsters, the pure Performapal monsters. I play 2 Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, 2 Odd-Eyes Unicorn, 1 Sky Iris, and 1 Odd-Eyes Fusion. This is what I view as a very basic Odd-Eyes suite. There is not much more you need to play if you just want basic Odd-Eyes stuff to bump your deck's power. There's not much more you need from this. 1 is not enough, because the search you get from it is, actually it's pretty good. At least I think it is, because you can search Monkey Board off of it. And Sky Iris, it's not necessary for the deck. If you want to focus on Odd-Eyes, obviously this is going to be a lot bigger. But this deck is not focused on Odd-Eyes, it's focused on the Performapal monsters and general OTKs. But something about this deck, it's not working. I kind of want to make this bigger. I want to make this bigger because what I have discovered is that my current Draco Slayer suite does not work. It doesn't work. It does not work the way I want it to. It does not feel good to play. Whenever I break with this deck, it is because I have too much of this stuff in my hand. There's just too much of it. Angel Trumpeteer would be better. I don't know if I was playing a more synchro orchestrated build, but this is not as good as I thought it would be. It doesn't feel good to play. Rescue Rabbit feels alright because getting 2 of these out or 2 of these out does get me an XZ, and it can get me some, or the Draco Slayer Fusion Monster. But Luster Pendulum, it's good in the deck. However, the Draco Slayer suite is the reason I lose most of my games. I'm going to say that definitively. It is the reason I lose most of my games, because this is what makes my deck brick. If I have anything else in my hand, usually I can go for some weird-ass plays, but I don't know how I'm going to change this. Probably going to keep Luster at 1, because having Luster and Pendulum Stars in your hand is actually really, really, really good. Maybe play 1 Master, and I think I'm going to leave it at that, because obviously I can still play Ignister with him, bring him out, and then go for a rank 4 if I have something else. But I'm going to get rid of all of the rest of this. I do not like it. It worked all right, but it is the reason that I lose most of the games that I lose. So that is what I think about the Draco Slayer engine. In terms of other generic stuff, I play Glow Bulb, Effect Veiler at 2, and Archfiend Eccentric at 1. People play this at 1 or 2 or none. People play it at none because it could be replaced by something that would make your deck more engine-y. I think it's nice to have. It's a scale 7, which is awkward for this deck, but it's good enough, especially since I play so many low-level monsters. Effect Veiler, my hardest matchup, my most difficult matchup, is against Monarchs. So if I can stop that dead, I need to. And Glow Up Bulb, because Naturia Beast has not put in any work for me. It actually has not. But I'm waiting to give it some time. If it ends up putting in work, if I make up this more synchro orchestrated build, I will keep this in here. Right now, though, it hasn't put in any work. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. But this, I don't see any problems with this inherently. This has not lost me any games. It has not made playing this game more difficult for this deck. For spells, it's really small. Twin Twister, Dark Hole, Pot of Riches, Traps, Bottomless, Solemn, Storming, Wiretap. Wiretap is really weird, and Storming has not put in any work. This helps you get an OTK after you've set it, like a turn after you've set it, but I'm not sure whether I want to keep it, because obviously it is incredibly slow. It's a counter trap, which does stop, and it really surprises a lot of people. Like, I can stop a Solemn Warning with this, or a Solemn Strike with this, or, hey, you played a Battle Trap? Ha, fuck you. But it has to stay on the field for so long, and people are so likely to pop it. It's really weird. Same thing with Storming Mirror Force. People are going to pop at the beginning of their turn, before they attack, so these aren't, and just in case, so these are usually not on the field long enough to actually get themselves to do anything. Bottomless and Solemn, they're just always going to be good cards. And I don't think that really there's much to talk about here. Pot of Riches extends your plays. Dark Hole, because I don't have Regeki. And Twin Twisters, because Twin Twisters. Kind of want to bump this up to 2. If I bump this up to 2, I will be taking out Wiretap, because it will essentially give you the same damn thing. That is the entire main deck. Now, that is... I've actually said a lot more already in this video than I said last time. Not more than I want to say. I haven't said nearly as much as I want to say. But it is... I did want to spur maybe some discussion on the Draco Slayer suite. What do you guys think about the Draco Slayer suite? Because the more I play it, the less I like it. The more I play it, the less I like it. And its only serious purpose is making Tier 2 decks more competitive. That's what I feel like. I don't really feel like it has a place in Tier 1 anymore. I just don't. Or at least not in any competitive deck that I want to play. And this deck is actually... how it is, it's actually still relatively competitive, but it can't get itself going. If I open with too much of this, I can't get going. And there's a lot better stuff that I could be doing. Well, I don't even want to say better. That's just how I see it. How do you guys view the Draco Slayer suite? Do you guys use it? Do you guys abhor it? Do you hate pendulums in general? Let me know down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, because maybe you guys can change my mind. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Maybe I actually need to be playing 3 Master or 3 Vector, or maybe I need a Lector in here just to make it, I don't know, for the high scale. I honestly, I don't know. But that's how I feel about the Draco Slayer suite right now. The extra deck does not put in nearly as much work as I would like it to. I put in Armory Arm. I've been in a lot of situations where I think, I have a level 3 and I have an Effect Veiler in my hand that I don't plan on using next turn. If I could give my guy 1,000 attack point, which I know Armory Arm does, yeah, it's 1,000 attack, and when it destroys, inflict damage equal to that monster's attack. That is incredibly good, especially if you can equip it to an Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Just simple as that. Naturia Beast, because Naturia Beast is really good. I have not been able to get this off yet. I don't know, maybe I just suck and my deck doesn't thin enough, so I don't get to the Glow Up Bulb fast enough. Maybe. I do want to keep these 2 in here for at least a little while longer. At least a little while longer. Ignister, not much to say here. Ignister's just generically good. Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon is, right now, all it is fodder for Odd-Eyes Fusion. But if I go and make this deck more Odd-Eyes centric, which I really, really want to, this guy is going to be playing a very, very major role. I still play Chambara. I play Chambara. Has not put in much work. It's put in a little bit. Nothing in competitive play, but it's done something. I don't know. I want to take it out. That's it for Synchros. Bleh. I know how to play YouTube. 2 Dinoster Power. I played it 2 because I play 1 rank 8, and I would like to change that. I don't. If I take out the Draco Slayer engine, obviously I'm going to leave this at 1 because it's still a decent butt. Or maybe I'll just take it out entirely. Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon and Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Almost never go into this, but it's gotten me like 1 game, and it's really weird to go into. It really is. Probably going to take this out. Odd Eyes Vortex, really, obviously, really good. Definitely going to stay in. Not much to say about those 2. Not enough work. Still a really cool card, just not enough work has been done yet by this card. Maybe I'll probably keep it in if I play. I'll probably keep it in, actually. I think about it, I'll probably keep it in. The rank 8 I told you about, I never go into it. It takes so much work to go into. You need frickin' either, you need one of this or one of this, and probably him. And at that point, you're probably going for game anyway. And if you can't go for game after, and at that point, you've probably done so much damage to your opponent's board, I don't see much of anything being able to help him recover from 1 spell. Unless you're playing, like, Monarchs. But at that point, they're going to recover either way. Flare Metal. I added this in right before I made this video. So I have really nothing to say. I like Flare Metal. Back when I played Odd-Eyes Magician, Flare Metal put in so much work, and I do want to make this a more Odd-Eye-centric build, so he's probably going to be playing a more star role in the future. At least that's what I think. Then Abyss Dweller, really good. 2 Castell. One of them's fine, might take the other one out, and 1 Magister Paladin. Really good search. I actually really like it. I'll probably keep him in, regardless of how I make this deck, because it's just generic searching for pendulum monsters. That's still really good. And that's what my deck is at right now. I'm not sure where exactly I want to go. I know I want to make it more Odd-Eyes focused. I don't know if that means making it Odd-Eyes Magician Performapals or just going back to Odd-Eyes Magician. I might do that. I really like the Odd-Eyes Magician build. You know, I've got right over here. I've got, you know, Kieran, all that fun stuff. And then I still got stuff for the extra deck, you know, Big Eye. And then this card. Starleech Dynamo. That is a really weird tech card that I really enjoyed. Just make one of my opponent's monsters attack 0. Attack it with a buffed up Pendulum Dragon. Like, that would be... That's game. That's game right there. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Performapals, Draco... I just want to know what you guys think about Dracopals in general, but specifically the Draco Slayer suite. That is really what I want to change about this deck. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that. That's probably going to be a month or 2 before I have something else to say about this deck and where I'm taking it. But there's a lot of things I want to try. And I'm really, really excited to see this deck be decent. Which it is right now. I love playing this deck. I always get excited when I'm playing it. But the bricks make the deck just feel awful. And I don't want to do that anymore to this deck because it's so much fun and I feel like it deserves more love. When Wavering Eyes got hit, everyone's like, oh, pendulums are a thing of the past. I'm like, no. We did plenty of stuff without Wavering Eyes, man. It was just 3 cards out of 40. There was plenty of stuff we could do otherwise. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't like the repetitive nature of everything that I do on this channel, I'd just dislike. If you want to see more of this kind of content, then subscribe. Also, shout out to Team APS. The entire mat was reversed this, but I wanted to look at it. I want to look at their pretty faces. But they're really cool. I got this mat on, I think it was Ink something. I'll leave a link to it down below. They are currently one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels and one of my favorite YouTube channels right now in general. They have such a sense of community, and they're all really creative with how they play the game and what they talk about. And it's a lot of inspiration for me when I figure out what I want to post. So, check them out if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys later.